Hey, my name's Richie, and today I'll be commentating over my last game in set 4.5 of TFT, which I'm straight into it. Starting off Carousel, I end up getting Diana with recurve bow, hoping to go for a duelist start. We get a really good early shop here with 3 Yasuos and Chosen Fiora. I remember thinking of which one I'd want to get. Inline isn't that great of a Chosen, so I do end up just picking up the 3 Yasuos. If I get 3 gold here, I'd probably buy the Fiora, but we end up getting a Janna, which is good for the team comp anyway. We find 2 Fioras next shop, as well as another Janna, so I'm hoping to get 2 gold from this minion wave. We end up getting a chain vest, as well as chosen Nidalee sharpshooter in our shop, but I don't really think it's worth. For our first opponent, we do go against a chosen Elise, which is kind of scary. We do end up taking a loss here, taking 6 damage, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's fine. What can you do whenever they pre-level? We end up getting a 2-star Fiora and buying out the shop because there's nothing else to do with the gold and they could pivot. For second combat here, we go against a chosen Elise with Cultist and Keeper 2 with Rakan. Good battle. Yasuo was able to kill off the Rakan here, and we take 2 damage, which isn't too bad. Since we did take an early loss, I decided that it's good to try to do a loss streak. I end up rerolling here and finding Brand Mage chosen, as well as Annie. Rerolling early isn't really that great, but I kind of wanted to see if I could get something good, like a chosen Yasuo. We end up going against another cultist. Luckily, the Vladimir with the Gunblade is very strong. It's able to help us stay on this lose streak. Take another 2 damage there. Here on Carousel, I'm really looking for attack speed items or damage. I end up getting the BF sword in order to make GA on Yasuo, which is a really good item on him. We get chosen Fortune Tom Kench in the shop. I buy him, but then I end up changing my mind and selling him because we do find another Yasuo and Fiora, and I want to commit to the duelist. We end up going against a brawler comp with no chosen. The Nico does a little bit more damage than I intended. And we end up winning that round, ending our lose streak, which is fine. Here our shop doesn't really have anything to offer for us. And so we just go into the next PvP. Here we go against no chosen keepers, which I thought was going to be a little bit more scary than it looks. But our team manages to wipe them out pretty well. Next is Krugs. I end up moving my team to the left here just so they can focus the solo Krug. I do put a level, I believe I put a level in here and put in an extra Janna. Yep. We end up getting some gold and Nico's help and a Negatron cloak from this. We see a Pike Slayer chosen in our shop, but it doesn't really help our comp whatsoever. But we do find another Yasuo. Our comp's looking a little rough right here. I end up putting the Rune Ants Hurricane on Nico. Going against Chosen Maid Elderwood, I believe here. We're able to defeat him fairly easily. Yasuo being a pretty strong early game unit. We end up with Cultist chosen Vladimir, but doesn't really help us. We do, however, find a Jax, which we put in instead of one of the Jannas. Here we're going against chosen Elise, Cultist with the Duelist Enlightened, which is pretty scary, honestly. Going against Cultist here, we end up losing and taking 8 hits of damage, which is pretty big. Honestly, Cultist, I hate Cultist. I just hate Cultist. And then in the new set, Abomination, kind of the same thing with the ZZ Rots. Kind of dumb. It's like a worse, it's like a better version of Cultist, but in a way, I hate it more, and so it's a worse version of Cultist. We end up going against another Cultist here. We take another loss to Cultist. At the carousel, we're looking at items. End up grabbing the Lulu for the needlessly large rod in case I want to make Rage Blade if I find a Callista and another recurve bow. Find Enlightened Janna, but I really don't care for the Enlightened buff, and we're not going to hit Enlightened 4 right now, so I decided against it. We do find a third Yasuo, making another 2-star Yasuo. I end up putting that in. We go against another mage comp. Which gives us another loss, hitting us for 10. We're now at a 3 lose streak. Kind of unfortunate, but we're still doing relatively healthy. We hit an insane shop here with 3 Fioras and a Yasuo. And I rolled down a little bit just in case I find another Yasuo to get 3-star Yasuo. Don't end up getting him, which is unfortunate. We end up going in, I think, Chosen Divine, but a mage comp. Aurelion Sol's double ult really decimates our team. Now in Wolf rounds, I do find some Jaxes, get 2-star Jax. I do find Jax, which gives us 2-star Jax, and I find another one as I'm rolling down, trying to get a 3-star Yasuo. I honestly should have waited until after Wolf round, but I'm impatient. We end up getting a spatula, a bow, and I believe the chain vest. Yeah. We reroll, finding our last Yasuo, making 3-star Yasuo, and chosen duelist Jax, which is absolutely insanely lucky. Put in a second 2-star Jax just to help our front line. I end up making duelists on Janna, hopefully trying to hit 8 duelists, which would really help us out, considering that we lost pretty heavily at the beginning. This Teemo really just destroys my Yasuo, not letting him get his ability off, giving us another loss, hitting us at a 5 lose streak, taking 9 damage. We level up here, and now I re-rolled down a little bit, trying to look for Callista. End up hitting 3-star Fiora though. I'll buy the Olaf. If I didn't find the Callista, I would put in Olaf, but we did find a Callista luckily, so I just sell the Olaf. Put Ruinance Hurricane on her, and we're at 6 duelists. Going against, you guessed it, a cultist. Unfortunately, Jax just is 1 auto attack short from killing Callista, and we take another 7 damage. Planning phase, nothing really in our shop, but we are over 50 gold. I decide that to try to compensate for the HP loss, I'm gonna have to try to hit higher levels. And so I'm going to start saving gold and putting all my gold into leveling up as fast as I can, while trying to maintain this light lose streak. Here we go against Chosen Mages. We end up actually being able to defeat them though, because my team's kind of strong with 3-star Fiora, 3-star Yasuo, 6 duelist. Taking a look around, watching all the cultists do their cultist things. And we head to the next carousel. Luckily, Lee Sin has kind of bad item. He has Giant Spell. Makes it 2 first pick, not grab him. I end up grabbing Lee Sin, which is super good for us. We also get Lunar Festival Orb, which gives us a loaded dice, a bunch of gold, and a chain vest. I'm kind of dumb here because I could have leveled before the battle, but I end up leveling while I'm fighting, going against Cultist again. Luckily with Lee Sin, we're able to just kick units off and win battle, dealing 10 damage. Coming back, finding another Jax. 1 Jax away from 3-star Jax. We find another Nico and put it in order to get Mystic 2. And just looking at the items that I can make. Nothing really fancy, but I end up making a Sunfire and Lee Sin just to make him a little bit tankier. Hopefully keeping him alive to kick out some units. We go against Chosen Keeper Zaya with double Hodge and Jewel Glove, which is really strong and really scary. Fortunately, she does get off her ult here, and we do lose. Taking another 5 damage, which isn't too bad. Going to Raptors here. We do find 3-star Jax, so everything's just kind of coming together. This is the perks of everyone running Cultist. Duelist is kind of uncontested here. And wrapped around, we end up getting a Negatron Cloak, BF Sword, and Tear, as well as finding another Callista. I end up leveling here in order to use loaded dice to try to find Trendomirs, which we do hit 2 Trendomirs and 3 Callistas, which is really nice for us. We are now at 8 duelists, 2 divine, 2 mystic, 2 enlightened, and exile, which is really good for us. Looking for items to make. I should have made blue buff on Janna first, but I'm just a little slow. Going against cultists here, but our team's really strong right now, and we're able to destroy it, letting us knock first place out of his win streak. I ended up making GA on Lee Sin as well as Static Spark and buying the Azirs just for cultists. We go against another cultist, surprise, surprise, but we're able to defeat him quite easily. The reason why I bought the Azirs is that we are going against a lot of cultists here, and so Aatrox pull is a little bit devastating for my Callista and Janna. So I'm using the 2 Azir minions in order to block Aatrox's ability. Do pick up Zillion here, which I kind of want to place in if I hit level 9. I'm just gonna keep him for now. We go against Chosen Mage, I believe, but we're able to just destroy him. This puts us at 3rd place out of 6th place right now. 2 people have been knocked out. On Carousel, we see Yone with Gunblade, which is really insane. End up being able to pick him up and putting him in the team, replacing our Azir. Unfortunately, we will be vulnerable to Aatrox's ability, but we kind of have to put in Yone. But that's fun, because Exile 2 is insanely strong. We end up going against Cultists. Which is a little scary. But with Exile 2 giving us lifesteal, it helps us sustain and beat Cultist once again. We're on a little bit of a winning streak here, which is really nice. We don't find anything in the shop. I'm really scared of going against the Assassin Diana, so I end up moving my pieces a little bit tighter. But that just puts us at a disadvantage because we go against the Keeper team. Because I'm positioned on the left side and he's positioned on the right. Kind of was my fault because I wasn't expecting to go against him, but it's fine. On Herald round, we end up getting a Trap Claw, which I think I end up putting on Yone in order to just help him cast more. We end up getting our 2-star Tryndamere, and still scared for the Diana. I do set my units up again on the left side, but we go against mages instead, which is really unfortunate because my entire team is grouped up on the opposite corner. Rolling Soul does get stunned from Yone's Trap Claw, but it's just not enough. We're at 14 HP, so I decided to use the Desperate play and just use all my gold to level up, because all we have to do is survive one more round, hopefully, in order to make it top 4. I end up putting in the Zillion for Mystic, and we go against the Assassins. The assassins end up being a pushover. I don't know why I was so scared of them. They looked very strong, but my team's just stronger. We end up just defeating them pretty easily, knocking one person out, and we are top 4. Third place also loses and gets knocked out, putting us in second place as of right now. It's playing for hopefully first place, maybe second place here. Moving my units around. We go against the ghost of first place. Looking back at it, I probably should put Yasuo on the right side in order to fight the Xayah early, but it's fine. We end up losing a little bit hard. 3-star Kennen, 3-star Xayah is a little bit tough to defeat. And both of us get knocked out, putting me at second place. And first place goes to 3-star Xayah Keeper. Thanks so much for watching. That was the last game of set 4.5 for me. If you enjoyed, I will be playing some of the new set 5. Please share with your friends if you enjoyed this video. If you want more, please leave a thumbs up. And that's all. My name has been Richie, and I am powering down.